Welcome back. All right, so some surprising results and some not surprising results, right? So it was 80s night in the first couple of games here, and then things settle out in the other three games. But it's early. People are going to be like, hey, the review, it's posted early for a change. Yep. So, Florida and Columbus. Bobrovsky versus Merzlikins takes 32 seconds. First shot fired high. Marchment from Lundell. Marchment was about to have a miraculous night. Columbus presses for an answer. Reinhart blasts one wide, but then he doesn't on the next one. The second shot goes in the net too from Lundell and Marchment at 3:23. So Lundell with a couple of assists, Marchment with a goal and a helper, and we're just getting started. But Nyquist would answer less than a minute later at 4:20. Stop giggling. From Bayreuther, and that was their second shot. So 4 shots, 3 goals. Could be a really busy night, right? Columbus gets a power play. There's a post for Laine. There was a shorthanded 2-on-1 that misses. It's killed off. Robinson took a submarine hit. No call. It was a clean hit, but it was a scary roll for Robinson. Barkov with a rush chance that's saved and held. The shots are 5-3 for Columbus at the half. But the Panthers then get a power play and they score on it. It's Barkov from Huberdeau and Ekblad at 11:38. And it was on a rebound, and that was the 5th shot and 3rd goal for the Florida Panthers. Panthers go to the power play again. That was killed off, but at 17:54, Reinhart gets the 2nd goal of the period from Marchment and Lundell. So, yeah, Marchment now with 3 points on the night. Columbus tries to answer, and just before the period's out, they do. Laine scores his 9th of the season from Voracek at 19:52. So it's 4-2 for Florida after 1. Second period. Early press by Columbus as they tried mixing up their lines. At 4:27, Florida makes it 5-2. It's Reinhart from Marchment and Lundell. That line had a night. A hat-trick goal by Reinhart. And then Bemstrom answers about a minute later at 5:34 from Roslovic and Domi. Columbus then tries for another. So Columbus does not give up. We then get Gudas and Corrali being unfriendly. There's a press at 8.5 minutes by Columbus. The dislike meter starts going up. We get some 4-on-4. And then on a turnover, Laine makes the game a 1-goal game at 11:45. So he wires it, gets his 10th goal of the season. Laine's having a bit of a decent year, right? So if he ends up getting 20 goals, that's not too bad. Panthers get a power play. There's a shorthanded chance for Sillinger that goes wide after the power play was done. Florida decides they're not. Tippett scores from Verhaeghe and Bennett at 17:02, and then 15 seconds later, it's Weegar and the assist to Marchment, who continues this remarkable game he's having. Then there's a final minute press by the Panthers, so they're not done. Third period, Korpisalo is put in. Doesn't matter, 27 seconds in, Marchment scores again from Reinhart and Lundell. So let's count it up. A goal, an assist, so that's 1-1, an assist, 1-2, an assist, 1-3. A goal, 2 and 3, and there's another assist. 6 points for Mason Marchment tonight. And based on this, I think I need to do a video on how Florida put this team together. It is remarkable how this team works and how many players they picked up that were kind of cast-offs from elsewhere, including guys like Marchment and Duclair. So Marchment's then denied on a break because he wants the hat trick. Roslovic has a turnover chance. That's saved. Columbus gets a power play. It's killed off, but nothing was stopping Florida tonight. They win 8-4. They go to 32-9-5. Columbus 20-22-1. They don't want to see Florida anymore, but they get to see Florida one more time this year, and that is on February 24th. So that's only a few weeks away. I'm thinking they allowed 9 in the first one, 8 in this one. Maybe they keep it to 7 in the next one. Then they can say, see, we're getting better. By 2 years from now, we're rocking. We're right there with them. All right, next up. New Jersey. Schmid against Campbell in this one. And New Jersey came out looking good. 47 seconds in, they open the scoring. It's Zacha from Hughes and Bratt. Not only that, but 4 minutes into this game, the shots are 4-0 in favor of the Devils. The dump and chase game that the Devils were playing early, or the Leafs were playing early, was not working. I noticed every time I go back to this game, they're dumping it and chasing it, which is unusual to me for Toronto because they're a puck possession team, and dump and chase doesn't work with a puck possession game. Spezza hits the side of the net, and then Boquist makes it 2-0 for New Jersey from White and Kuokkanen at 6:20. But 13 seconds later, Austin Matthews scores from Marner and Liljegren. Leafs get a crossbar the next shift. So you get the feeling that this lead is not safe for New Jersey. Spezza has a rush chance to deflects out, but then at 9 minutes and 10 seconds, Johnsson restores the 2-goal lead for New Jersey from Mercer. And that was on a delayed penalty. So Campbell, not off to his best start. Not only that, Campbell's been struggling the last couple of weeks here. I personally think Toronto's probably overplaying him. So Mrazek was in. Bunting has a net feed that wouldn't go. But before the period's out, Matthews gets his second goal of the game from Morgan Rielly at 15:04. So it's 3-2. Nice tip. Leafs then press for the tie. Kerfoot's denied. And the Devils test Mrazek before the period's out. We go to the third. Schmid's tested early. There's a press by the Leafs at 6.5 minutes. Marner has a shot that's blocked. Bastian would restore the 2-goal lead for New Jersey from Graves at 7:33. And then Graves tries for another. Mrazek denies him on that opportunity. VC has a net drive. That's saved. The shots are 8 apiece at the half. They slow down in the second half, but really wide open first half of that period. Leafs get a power play. Marner was denied. There's a shorthanded chance for Kuokkanen that gets blocked out. That power play's killed off. The Leafs pressed afterwards. The Devils clear it out. Hughes has a chance that's saved. Tavares has one that goes wide. 2:05 left. The Devils get a power play. Unsuccessful. And then we get 8 seconds of 4-on-4 before the Leafs have a power play, which means that to start the third period, they have 1 minute and 46 seconds of power play time. As that power play winds down, they take a penalty as well. So we get 3 seconds of 4-on-4, and then the Devils have a power play. That led to a shorthanded chance for Engvall. He fires that wide. Leafs kill it off, and then Spezza, who had opportunities in the first, he buries one in the third from Mikheyev and Kerfoot at 4:16. And now the Leafs, with momentum, not allowing very many opportunities, they are looking to tie it. Boquist has a rush chance that's saved. That was one of the few chances for the Devils. Might have been their only high-danger chance. Marner scores from Matthews at 13:28. The Devils get a power play with 4:23 left. They are looking to tie the game. A shorthanded goal is scored by Toronto. It's Mikheyev from Kerfoot at 16:56. Kerfoot does the work. Mikheyev just dumps it into the net, but he continues his remarkable run since coming back from injury. I did think it was funny, though, that they said he looked really good coming back from injury, and it started to peter out for him lately, and I thought, are they accidentally suggesting Mikheyev needs another injury in order to start playing better when he comes back again? So there's that. But then there's a shorthanded 2-on-1 again for the Leafs. They did finish the kill. They look for another. And with 1:47 left, the Leafs get a power play. Well, New Jersey down by 1. They pull the goalie to play 5-on-5. Matthews gets the puck, fires it from the other end of the ice, and there's your hat-trick goal at 19:38. The Leafs win this one 6-4. They go to 28-10-3. For New Jersey, it's another setback, 15-24-5 for them. Shots 13-9 New Jersey in the first, 14-13 New Jersey in the second, 11-2 for Toronto in the third. So much like against Detroit, tonight against New Jersey, Toronto with the big comeback. Final shots 33-29 for Toronto. Power plays New Jersey 0-3, Toronto 1-3, hits 22-15 for Toronto. It's almost as if they watched St. Louis play and went, let's do that. We can just come back. Why don't we just do that? It's more dramatic. Schmid, 27 saves on 32 shots for him. Campbell saves 6 out of 9. And then Mrazek goes in and saves 19 out of 20. So I would think Mrazek starts the next game, which is, I believe, tomorrow, right? And then, just give Campbell a bit of a break here. Because, again, I really think this comes down to the fact that Campbell has never been a starting goaltender in the National Hockey League. I'm aware of how many games he started last year. That was a not lockout. So he's saying lockout shortened. It was a shortened season due to trying to get back on track and get back to a regular schedule this year. And so I think that's a little bit different. And now over an 82-game schedule, I just think Campbell's probably going to need to get spelled out more than some of the other goalies. He doesn't have this kind of workload experience at the NHL level. Anyways, Toronto comes back. They get the win. They get the 2 points. And that's what matters. Next up, Oilers in against Ottawa. So I've seen some articles, I've seen some power rankings saying, yay, the Oilers are back. They're back. Look at this. The Oilers are going to be great now. And again, it feels like projection. Now, they had a 4-game winning streak coming into tonight. I think they've played well. I think they've been better. I still think they can get better than where they are now. So it's Koskinen versus Murray as Matt Murray continues the remarkable comeback he's been on. Shots are 2 apiece at 3 minutes. I thought the Sens played well as well in that first period. Good start for Koskinen. There's a power play for the Sens. Really aggressive penalty kill by Edmonton. Doesn't let them set it up. Sanford has a backhander that goes wide, and everything's killed off by Edmonton on that one. Too many Sens on the ice. The Oilers get a power play, but the Senators do kill that off. So the Oilers power play, which is lethal when they're going, it tends to kind of misfire when they're not. Chabot then opens the scoring from Tkachuk and Sanford at 11:32. It kind of bounces over Koskinen. Initially, it was given to Stützle. I thought he touched it, but they gave it to Chabot, so technically he didn't bat it out of the air. Would have been a beautiful goal if he had, but hey, these things happen. But McDavid answers within a minute. He answers from Bouchard. He scores 5-hole. It was a good pass, and there you go. Koskinen then makes saves in the final 10 seconds. It's 1-1 after 1. Second period. Draisaitl mishandles on a rush chance. The Oilers get a power play. There was a shorthanded chance for Formenton that was defended. Bishop to Sanford, shorthanded, wouldn't quite go. However, because the Senators are controlling the puck so much, they kill off the penalty. Koskinen then denies Stützle. Stützle was getting frustrated as this game went along. So the Senators get a power play, or the Oilers press with 8 minutes left. The Senators get a power play shortly thereafter. Stützle has a chance that deflects out, but on the power play, Nick Paul gets a goal from Brandstrom and Tierney at 17:09. The Oilers then press for the tie, and they get a power play near the end of the second period. That rolls over into the third, where they've got 1 minute and 43 seconds of power play to start. Again, the Oilers power play, the first month of the season, that's an automatic goal. It's not now. Senators kill it off. The Oilers press after. We had shifts of more than 2.5 minutes for both McDavid and Draisaitl, and they just couldn't find that finish. They couldn't find that goal. Again, early in the season, those were automatic. Shots are 3-0, though, for the Oilers at 4.5 minutes. There's a Paul Blasso one-timer wide, and then Nurse would tie it from Ryan and Hyman at 7:46. And then one of the more bizarre sightings of the night, Stützle has a fight. So Stützle had a fight with Lagesson. It's his first NHL fight. I thought he did okay. He gets busted open, but I thought he did all right. Lagesson willing to drop the gloves with him. It was kind of nice. Murray holds as the Oilers seek the lead, and I mean he holds. Like, there were good opportunities for the Oilers in the third period. They could not get the lead back, or they couldn't get the lead. They didn't lead at all tonight. Ottawa was ahead 1-0 and 2-1. We go to overtime. Sens control on the faceoff. Formenton fans on one, but the Sens retain the puck. Tkachuk was denied on a net drive. The Oilers then control it on the next faceoff. Senators take it back. The Oilers get it back. They get a 2-on-1. Draisaitl was denied. The Sens had a 2-on-1. Tkachuk was denied. McDavid gets the puck. He ragged the puck around for a while. Murray saves, sends Formenton rushing. But then towards the end of the overtime, as we're thinking we might be looking at a shootout at 4:23, Stützle gets the goal to go with the fight. Sadly, no assist on his record. He would have had the Gordie Howe hat trick. But he gets the goal from Tkachuk and Chabot at 4:23. So for Tkachuk, 2 assists tonight. He still doesn't have a goal. I think this is 12 games now without a goal for Brady Tkachuk. But the Sens win this gutsy game in overtime 3-2. They go to 14-21-4 with the win. The Oilers drop to 22-16-3. The shots 11-9 Edmonton in the first, 13-10 Edmonton in the second, 12-8 Edmonton in the third. In the overtime, Ottawa outshoots them 4-3. Final shots 39-31 for Edmonton. Power plays, the Oilers 0 for 3. Ottawa 1 for 2. The hits 41-35 for Ottawa. Koskinen saves 28 out of 31. Murray saves 37 out of 39. And yeah, pretty good game for the Sens overall. And for Matt Murray, again, he continues to bring his stats back to a more respectable level from where they were early in the season. Now, I need to change boards. So as you can see, I did 3 games on one board and 2 on the other. They were all at the same time, and I figured this column's always harder to read, so I'll go 3 and 2. So there you go. Anaheim and Detroit. This game was the most defensive of the games played tonight. This one resembled more of a dead puck era kind of throwback. So, trappy looking game, which is good because you have 80s night in a couple of locations. You have kind of trappy looking hockey, but it was some good hockey here. So it's Gibson versus Nedeljkovic. Gibson continues to have a remarkable season. Raymond fires one high. The Wings had a 3-on-2 that was defended. They would press after that. Delorier has a net drive. That wouldn't go. The shots were 4-2 in favor of the Ducks at 8.5 minutes. the Ducks wouldn't get another shot in the period. So the Ducks press. I mean, they're Wild Ducks, right? So they're kept to the outside. It's amazing, right? The Wild just showed up on the ice. No idea. Hronek has a blast that's tipped wide. Comtois with a shot that's blocked. And then the puck goes the other way. And on a fast break, Larkin scores from Zadina and Lindstrom at 19:22. And then the Wings almost scored again right after. So it's 1-0 Detroit after the first. And it felt like the momentum was firmly in their corner. However, second period, Fowler's denied. This is after a good Wings opportunity. And then Raquel scores from Henrique at 2:29. So the Ducks tie up the game. The shots are 3-0 for the Ducks at 4.5 minutes. So, you know, this is where the Wings need to get things going, and they do. The Wings get a power play. With 8.5 minutes left, the shots now are 5-4 for the Ducks. So you can see that Detroit's starting to push some of the play here. Strong road period so far, though. The Ducks press with 6 minutes left. Larkin's line wanted one late. Dylan Larkin's line was very dangerous throughout this game. They end up with a couple of points in this, but honestly, very dangerous throughout this game. Third period, early press by the Ducks. Larkin nearly buries one when they get an opportunity. Troy Terry with a net feed, that wouldn't go. Sider has a drive that's blocked. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4 with 13:19 left. Bertuzzi was robbed just as the 4-on-4 would end. Hronek scores. They review it. They decide he kicked it in. Now, this is the thing. If it's on the outside of your skate, they're going to count it. If it's on the inside of your skate and if there's a distinct kicking motion, this year they've been calling those as directed in, kicked in, kicking motion. And of course, if you toe it in, that's going to be kicking motion. So it's off the instep inside of his skate. These ones consistently have been viewed as being kicks, and you could see him bringing his foot forward to kick the puck. So it doesn't count. So the fans not happy. They were chanting goal before the announcement of the decision was made. And both Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond didn't seem, although Ken Daniels was more upset, Mickey Redmond said, you know, this could go 50-50. He could see the kicking motion there. So anyways, so they decide that's not a goal. That was with 3:49 left. The Wings did press after, but fans were definitely unhappy. So we go to overtime. Wings control on the faceoff. Fowler picks it up. Terry with a net drive. The puck stolen from him. Bertuzzi was denied on one and close. And then Osterley would get the win for Detroit. They are absolutely saved in the overtime. Osterley scores the goal from Larkin at 2:11. Detroit does win the game. It's in overtime, so Anaheim gets the point. They drop to 23-16-9. Detroit 20-20-6, so they're back to NHL 500. Shots in this one favor Detroit the whole way. 9-4 in the first, 8-5 in the second, 8-6 in the third, 3-0 in the overtime. Final shots 28-15 for Detroit. There was only the one power play. That was for Detroit, unsuccessful. Hits 12-10 for Anaheim, so not very hit-filled game, which is different from the dead puck era. Dead puck era, a lot of hits. Gibson, 26 saves on 28 shots. Nedeljkovic, 14 saves on 15 shots. Relatively quiet night for Nedeljkovic. And he's tidy. Makes 14 saves. So, not bad. Pretty good game. And for Detroit, they stay at that 500 record. But for Anaheim, they really wanted the 2 points tonight. All right, next up. Vancouver and Chicago. So as you can see, I used the Johnny Canuck logo, which is, of course, now the Abbotsford Canucks logo. Either way, Vancouver's used it and their stuff before. So it's Halak versus Fleury. I just thought it'd be fun to use the Johnny Canuck logo tonight. Early chances for the Canucks. Hagel steals one. Murphy fires wide. A press by the Hawks at 8.5 minutes. A stretch pass to Pettersson misses. Pettersson nearly gets one, and then Dowling does as well. And then it's Chason playing his 600th career game. He gets a goal from Dowling at 12:21. So, yeah, Fleury can't save them all. He tried. Canucks then go for another. The Hawks were stuck on 3 shots for a long time in that first period. There's a power play for the Canucks. It wasn't good. Lafferty then can't bury one, but the Hawks get a power play, and that's killed off. So after the first period, it's 1-0 Vancouver. Second period, Miller has a rush chance that's saved. The Canucks press at 3 minutes. Shen has a chance saved. There's more pressure by the Canucks, and eventually one goes in. It's Besser with a nice tip in front. He didn't have much room there. He puts it in from Hughes and Dickinson at 4:28. Canucks get a power play. That's killed off. Hagel with a net feed. That's cleared out. The Hawks press with 9 minutes left. Miller, on a turnover, he draws a power play. So he gets the turnover and draws the power play there. We then get a 109 of 4-on-4 as JT Miller takes the penalty. So it's the best of times, the worst of times for Miller in the same period. But everything gets killed off. Murphy then has a drive that's saved. The Canucks press with 2 minutes left. And coming out of the second period, they're up 2-0. We go to the third. Good start for the Canucks. Doc then has a net drive that goes wide. Miller, net drive as well. His was saved. The Canucks press after that. The shots are even, 4 apiece at 6 minutes. The Hawks press at 9 minutes. There's more pressure by the Hawks. Kirby Dach is denied. And you could feel like the Hawks are getting that pressure, and eventually they break through. It's Connor Murphy from Kane and Dach at 13:01. The Hawks press with 4 minutes left. And then with 3:07 left, one of those plays. And what's nice is Pettersson saw it. Pettersson signaled it, that there were too many Hawks in the ice. And all 6 of them were engaged in the play. And then I think it's Kurashev realizes, oh, we got too many guys and goes to jump off. And I think it was his reaction of going to jump off that probably alerted both Pettersson and the linesman to what was going on. Otherwise, they might have got away with it. Teams do sometimes get away with too many men on the ice. So Miller blasts one high, so does Hughes. It's killed off, so the Hawks pull the goaltender, only behind 2-1. And Shen, dead center, from the other end of the ice. Only the 8th goal by a defenseman for the Canucks this year. Their defense just doesn't score. So that's at 19:39. That's your insurance goal. Nice goal by Shen. And so the Canucks win 3-1. They go to 20, 19, and 6. They're back above NHL 500. For Chicago, they dropped to 16, 22, and 7. The shots favor Vancouver throughout. 11-6 in the first, 10-8 in the second, 11-7 in the third. Final shots 32-21 for Vancouver. Power plays, Vancouver 0 for 4. They got to fix that. But Chicago went 0 for 2, and the Canucks have killed 13 penalties in a row. Hits 30-25 in favor of Vancouver. Halak 20 saves on 21 shots. Fleury 29 saves on 31 shots. Both goalies were very sound, very good tonight. That was a pretty good game. So now we'll see if the Canucks can have this carry over into their next game, which I do believe is in Nashville tomorrow night. Anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.